Check, 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 check. What's up? What's up? Welcome back to another live stream. Hope you guys are doing good. My nose is running early here. Yeah, SLXN was the best one so far. My first trade on it didn't get filled. I think my offsets were just too tight for a break of 9, and I didn't jump back in, but it was a good move. It ended up going all the way to 30, which was pretty impressive. SLXN. Right now it's back down to 14, 15. VNCE and WHLR, I don't really like them too much, so I'm waiting on the sidelines. Waiting on the sidelines. Say, what's up? Good morning, good morning. JFBR moving up. This one could be good. If it holds, that is. Again, I'm not able to get filled. Okay, let me use the other hotkey here. 735. Can we see a new high? If not, could be back down. And it might be back down. I'm back on the sidelines again, waiting for something else. The pre-market session. See, what I did is that I set up my foot pedal to have bigger offsets and the regular hotkeys on my keyboard to be like tighter offsets, tighter spreads. Although I might even have them too wide, I think. Like they're pretty big. I probably could reduce them by 50%. Right now, AMST and VNCE are the ones like hitting scans. pull up the scans here for a quick sec. So just waiting on something fresh to hit. Waiting on something fresh. What's that noise? That's the scanner, actually. For those people interested in the scanner, you can always check it out. Links are down below. Oh yeah, that's right. Sounds like the ICU. Reminds me of when I used to watch Grey's Anatomy back in, what's that, like high school or college, maybe? Freshman year, college. I'm gonna change it to like the bell sound. There we go. That sounds a little bit better. BNCE. I'd like to see it pull away over 450 if it's gonna be strong. Holy smokes. It's opening up. We got a high of 550. Waiting. What's the high to push? About 20? Actually, it was 45. Could have held that trade longer. 45 high right here. And highs over that are at 50. Okay, waiting. It's pulling back hard here. Low of that, 83. I could have done better over 5. I bought like 490 on the dip, but I thought the highs were closer to like 515. And the highs were 45 on that like magic spike. So plus 200 to flat there. It'll have a lot of recovering to do here. Can we close around like 50, 40? The 1 minute candle to make a new high here, not as clean. We're seeing 37, but then back down. What I'm noticing is that I have to hold longer here in this pre-market, right? Stocks are opening up way too much, and I'm taking like 15 cents, 20 cents only, and we're seeing like a dollar plus move on the ones that are strong. So being in early and holding longer is going to definitely result into some better trades. Nothing else really hitting scans yet. Unless it gets over like 550, I think, I'll leave it alone. That trade below 4 right there was the fumble. This one here. It's a bit of a higher fill too, but or was it? I think it was this one. It was also a bit smaller size, but nevertheless, once we had that high of 45, I needed to double check the top of the candlestick. I didn't realize how big that jump was. I think it went from like 460 to like 545, like just teleported up. It's climbing a little bit here. I'm more interested over 50 if it keeps going. Best bet probably gonna be something else hitting the scans here. Sidelines, sidelines. SF, what's up? Right now, there's a lot of selling on VNCE. It's like congested. That's how it feels. So just staying away, waiting. Yeah, we're in early since we're seeing some hotter moves here pre-market. We had SLNX or SLXN around 705 maybe. That one was actually pretty good. Once my order didn't fill, I think maybe I fell victim to being a little too passive because I'm like, okay, it's pushed up to 13. Maybe the risk is going to be a little too high, but it still gave some good pullbacks in there. Even towards the very end of the move, we even went from like 25 down to 20 or 21 and then back up to 30. It's like ZYBT. That one is still young, still early. Volume is lighter. A monitor is down, man. That's not good. But can you pull it off with one less monitor is the question. Unless you only have maybe two, then you might have no choice. Right now, what I have to do actually, I gotta buy an HDMI for one of my monitors. I'm seeing pixels. Initially, I thought it was the platform. Like, after some investigating, it's either the cable or it could be my display port, which I'm hoping it's my cable. I think because I had the display port on the computer, like on top of the brain, all the heat from the two devices combined, I think maybe might have messed up the cable a little bit. I'm hoping at least. So I'll change the cable. I just have to remember to get it. It's still working, but you'll see like a pixel here or there. The good old unplugging and replugging didn't really solve the issue. So we got Triad in the building early. Some people were saying that my thumbnail yesterday might have been a little clickbait. I don't know, man. I think the loss was like a blow up loss, considering like it was past my max loss. Like I don't like to be down more than 1K, right? And being that we've like been in the sideways consolidation and drawdown, like having a 2.6K red days, it's massive. No matter how you twist it and turn it, it's a blowout day. WLDS after the open, I think the initial red to green resumption was all right, and I didn't do well there. After that, I just couldn't get into any rhythm with it. Pretty much chop city. After the live stream, there was another red to green. I'm like, here we go. My chance. And on the resumptions, I got blazed. Blaze, blaze, blaze. I started actually plus 250 on a different stock. And I'm like, okay, slow and steady. And just couldn't connect. But needed smaller size to begin with. Typically, when I'm coming back, that's part of the key is to go slow and try to build a cushion rather than to just go full size, in which case, if you have a couple of losses, you're just adding to the deficit, right? The key is to like regain a good rhythm again and slowly work up from there for damage control. If not, you have losses with small size and it's like, okay, hey, I'm not making any progress, shutting it down more or less where I was. It's the small fundamentals that you can't overlook. The mindset that I had was that I'm gonna be aggressive because I trust myself in this resumption trade. Sometimes it's not about that, it's more so about the chop sometimes, especially if the day haven't already been good. Still waiting on the sidelines. Waiting on the sidelines. Chat room a little slow this morning as nothing is really pushing. You might have some people coming in for later at 8 a.m. and 8:30. Still can't believe I sold my SPY at 580. Like, what was I thinking? We did another 15% since then. It actually might have been like 95. I have to check. I think it might have been closer to 90, but because I think I sold and then I shorted like 95 to 80 or close to 80. But anyhow, still. And so, once rates go down a little bit, we'll see. Maybe we get another 5% into the new year, into February, March. And then we're probably going to get another big pullback, maybe mid-year next year. Maybe not. Maybe it keeps going to 750, and then a pullback later into the year or into the year after that. But the pullbacks is what I'll be waiting for in terms of, like, large caps in the SPY. That or individual companies that'll have like a bit of a blunder. Strong balance sheet, but still, some sort of issue. AMST. So that's the 8 a.m. mark right there. We'll see if within the next 10 minutes we get something. Yesterday it took till like 9:10, 9:15. And then we had a really strong move in REBN and then WLDS. COSM, KCIA, there's lighter volume stuff pushing. KCIA, is it worth it? It's only 200,000 shares of volume. MYSZ. Checking out MYSE. Will this one hold up? Volume also pretty light. It needs to rip over 250. KZIA is pulling back a little bit. Doesn't seem like I'm getting fills here. All right, it's moving up a little bit. MYSE, we got 222 highs. I need to get my fills, please. I don't like that it didn't continue right away right there. 55 high. Can we see the new high? Okay, there it is. It might be slowing down, I think, here. We should have had a new high again already. For the ones that usually keep going, right? Smaller size here and waiting. I want to see it hold up the VWAP and then curl for a new high. Maybe the 1 minute candle makes a new high. Yep, it's back down. I gotta try and eat an orange every day. I gotta, especially since I already trouble with having a cold. Like right now, my cold is even worse. I gotta like eat an orange and like squeeze a half a lemon or something. A day like today, I'm just straight to the screens, right? Straight to the screens. Skipping out on the essential part. Large size triad is in the building. Large size triad. Triad, when's the last time you spoke with Pete? If it's more than a month, you got to give that man a call today. And Pete's such a good guy, man. PRCO. You always meet some really nice people every now and again. Checking out PRZO. Is there anything here? Or is this one a bluff? I think if I trade pre-market every single day, I think most times I can end green, but you got to be careful, right? On the days where everything is like just dropping, it could be pretty brutal. But you can't afford to give back after like a nice day. You know, like a day like yesterday that I had was just too messy. You got to retain your gains and lock in the successful pre-market. Yeah, small green. We had 211 to 240 or 235. I also, something that I do too is that I increase my size as the stock is going. But what I need to do once we lock in those gains quickly, because this happens within like a minute, right? You gotta also start reducing quicker, right? Can't fall victim into thinking they're all gonna go up to $15, $20 every time because it happened, you know, the day before. KB, what's up? Good to see you. An orange a day keeps red away. What I can't imagine is being like this. I can't imagine being like this when I'm like older, you know? Like having this cold all the time when I'm like in my 80s. If anything is gonna take me out, it'll be that. Especially if you can't move. I think it might be time to take the infamous bathroom break here, as nothing is moving. Hopefully, nothing goes while I'm gone. I'll be back in 5. Time 8:13. I'll be back in a flash. Don't forget, if you're tuning in on YouTube, by the way, to hit the thumbs up. And if you're a new viewer, you can also consider subscribing. All right, I'll be back in a flash. I can't really leave on the day trade scans, the day trade dash scans for too long, but I'll leave up the Momo scan here in case something hits. Maybe it can help out a little bit. MOGU moving up a little bit. I'm gonna take a starter just to see if it's any good. Did I not get filled? Okay, never mind. I see. 40. Let's lock in. 40. I mean, we'll see. It's a little shaky here. Like, can we see 50, 60, 70, 80? Okay. There's a seller at 5, 16,000 or so. Freaking not good. Quite the loss right there. Trying again for 580, 485, 495. Tighter stop. I got filled fairly high in the spread there. Smaller size, but still lost like 200 there. The volatility. It might be Christmas tree. It looks like it's Christmas tree. $8.30 coming up. Still want to cut these trades quicker. Like, could have been out still a little quicker there. Closer to 5. I think there ended up being a bid that pushed us through. Maybe like 20,000 size. It's quite the bounce here, actually. It might still be strong. There's a lot of buying coming in. Holy smokes, bro. I'm not getting the fills. That one's a little bit better fill. I'm honestly surprised it did this red to green like that. The moves are pretty sudden once it starts, still. The baby pullbacks that came there, they're not as deep, but they were available. They're not as like big, but they're available. 580 to 640. That one was in there. Was watching for more of a pullback. Missed it. This one is a weird one. Typically, once we come down, like, that's it. Does it have what it takes to do it again? It's definitely a little bit of a weird one, right? Come on. And then it's gonna go. Again, it's not dipping. I'm waiting for too much of a dip, but it's holding so high on some of these pushes. Bro, break of 50 right there stopped me out, man. It came back down and then went. Good attempt. Give me a micro, any micro, please. Please give a micro. It is not dipping. 940. 88. Trying 50. Tighter stop here. I couldn't get filled. Come on, man. I sold that break even and lost 40 cents because I couldn't get filled. That was pretty early of a sell too, so not good. But yeah, I think that's fine. There was no micros there, right? And now that we're pulling back, there's like a massive dip. No micro. Once it starts to go, it just goes. What I gotta do is create like an in-between offset. Like right now I have like just 2 cents. And then on my other one I literally have like 80 cents plus. I'm pretty sure if I use that one I'll be getting filled like, very severe like spreads pretty much. Slippage. I gotta get an in-between one and maybe put a different like a different hotkey. Our 5-minute candlestick is looking pretty weak. I'd say it might be the end of the move. It's been weird to go back to the highs, but I don't trust it. There could be a pullback trade, I think, unless it really gets back to the highs. I'm not interested in anything else. Like the flush out bounce, right? The panic flush. If it's to come down some more. We got another 40 minutes or so to the open. Break of 850. Not quite. If it breaks down, the flush out trade might still be there. About 10 minutes to the hour. For now, it's still holding the range here. We're far away from the open, or else it would have been good to watch coming in with the extra volume. But for now, we'll have to see if it keeps holding up. If not, we could flush out here. It didn't flush out. It's, there's still some buying, but could collapse here still. The volume on the 5-minute is low though for the selling. First two moves were pretty quick. And, in terms of the micro, the volatility, we had areas where there's like a dip after the push. But on the tape, it's not as obvious, right? It's holding mostly pretty high. And let's say maybe there's like a 13-cent drop off. But because it's so volatile, it still seems like we're still in the same spot, right? Maybe we go from like 690 to 680, but it's all within like the same tick almost. So it's like the dip in there for the baby pullbacks, the micros. If you're not taking it at that same price, then the trade was kind of gone, right? The next two ticks would be like 690 to 720, 740, 750. And that was the entry. When the pullbacks actually came, we were like seeing a much bigger drop. So we got chopped for about 400, and then we took a massive loss where we weren't able to get filled. And in that trade, we lost like 400 one time. So from red 300, green 200 to red 300 to then red 750 on that trade total. We should have gotten to fill though because we sold a good like, full second or half second. It's like, okay, we're not bouncing, we're out. And then no fill, and then in the side of my eyes, I'm like seeing I'm still in the trade. The in-between offsets is the way to go. I got like -3, which is just a little too tight. +3, -3. Sometimes you might not get fills. It looks like it might just sell off before the open too. But we'll see. There's a lot of time still, like another 35 minutes. $6.50 on this candlestick was a good attempt to try to hold longer. But we dropped down to 30. I'm out for the 20-cent loss, and then it goes. I think that was the toughest one. On this green candle at on the 1 minute at 33. That was a tough one. In at 50, out at 30. And literally the next second it pushes up to 680s or so. Maybe the next next 5 to 8 seconds. We got a 30 minutes to the open. 30 minutes. We had a gradual grind down to the VWAP area. No flush outs. 49 by or 45 by 30, 15 cents lower, not bad. This setup still looks good, especially for like closer to the open. So, if it keeps holding up here around 7, 650, 7, there could be something. The big loss was 60. We bought 850 area. We got the slippage down to 810. That was the trade there that kind of got us. Everything else pretty manageable. GRI. GRI is still moving up a little bit. 301 was the high. $3. GRI. It doesn't have the range yet, I'd say. Okay, never mind. That was a good 45. I definitely got to widen up the offsets though. Like getting the fills is like the key, you know? For a stock like GRI though, should be no issue being that it's a little thicker. Or let's just say a little bit more liquid. It's a little bit more liquid, which isn't bad. The move is short-lived though. Yeah, MOGU needed the open to be like right now, or even like, 10 minutes ago, really, to like have that continuation from the new volume, but it might already be finished unless we get the miraculous red to green after 9:30. The VWAP bounce, can we see back over 3? Small size, there's 97. It's a struggle. So maybe time to sit back and wait for the open. I gotta restart my platform here. I want to get rid of all the stocks that came super early out of the recents. That way into the open, it's just the main, 3 or 4 that might be moving. So I'm gonna go to the disclaimer screen. For those of you tuning in on YouTube, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. And remember our disclaimer. I'm gonna restart my platform here. All right. We can pull up the scans here for a sec too. Into the open, I'm gonna look to take it slow, just one trade at a time. Not looking to take on too much risk. MOGU and GRI, I think my top 2 right now, and I'll check out some of the other ones that came just to see if they're holding up. SLXN is actually pretty reminiscent of QMMM. This is kind of, I mean, although that one came like around 9-10 a.m., the charts look a little similar. NTWK pushing on the scans right now. Lighter volume though. The sneeze. Holy smokes. My nose has been like singing for the longest. Too young to be having a cold, man. I should be invincible. Should be invincible. Yeah, MOUG, SLXN, GRI, and I think there's another one. Oh, is it VNCE? Let me double check. NTWK. Still hitting. Maybe I should have pulled it up. I'm thinking to just wait for the open. I mean, I'll add this one to the list. NTWK. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. I'm going to look over some of the daily charts here. This one's actually coming back down. Looks like Christmas tree. Eleven, 12. Yeah, I mean, this is the only next obvious level before it gets crazy for GRI. Potential resistance, but you know, would we fill such a big gap? Probably not, right? I mean, we've had 3 hot days, like really, really hot days, but will we fill the gap is another story. Sometimes you might get like 550 max, $6, and we're already at 362, so. GRI on the watch list. PFSA, a cheaper stock that I didn't look at. Honestly, this one can get added to the list as well, in case there's a good red to green. Right now, there's a bear flag. Maybe over the highs of the flag, we can start to see something. YYGH, a bit of a gap up from the consecutive red days it's been having. And that one sold off hard. TGL from earlier. You know, we'll see what hit scans. But I definitely think it's time to just wait. So we're at $600 here to start. Not good After being green 250 or so, we took losses on MOGU. As mentioned, the first two moves going up were very quick. And we didn't quite really see a lot of micros, baby pullbacks on the way up. The third move, which was the bigger move, you kind of needed to be in high on the dip. You know, we'd have like about a 10-cent range off the new high once it really got into the uptrend, which typically is not what I want to see. I want to see like a 20, 30, 40-cent pullback and then the continued move. So didn't jump in up until we had that, and when that came, it was pretty much like the end of the move going up. So we got caught there, and one other time we really got caught with a lack of fill getting out. We were red maybe 300, and then once that trade came in, we kind of doubled the losses there. So GRI, it's not on the top of the list, but being that's a little active here the last 10 minutes, could be one to keep an eye on into the open. Up on the top of the list, MOGU leading the way right now. Actually curling back up nicely here too. Yeah, definitely we'll be watching this into the open. Yesterday we had a halt early and then a pullback. If the opening surge trade is there, I think it'll be important to be confident taking that trade and then seeing, what the stock does from there. 1163, some gap to fill, and then room to 1970s. Definitely the stock to keep an eye on into the open here, especially since it curled up. Oh my gosh. Config. I'm fixing my level 2 here from... Jeez, it looks terrible. Maybe I put all this in one color. What's this? Yellow, green, and then I'll hold up. Actually, what are the default settings? Restore. But if I restore, let's see, 3 decimal, what will I lose? Let's hit restore. There's 9 minutes. I got a little bit of time here. It's not restoring. Okay. My level 2, the colors are like really bad. After like utilizing this level 2 from Guardian, it's like I realized my regular DAS level 2 is like I don't know what color, why I had these colors. Like it hurts my eyes like looking back. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Okay. Um, it's curled up quite a bit here. Highs are at 972. We got 840s. It might not wait for the open. There's 8 minutes. It's pretty close. We'll see. We could see a new high before the open. So 7 minutes, 7 minutes to go. I'm going to come back to single screen here. So far, so good. We got consecutive green candles, higher lows. We got a high in the current candle at 852. Our first consolidation was between 720 and 850. Over 850 definitely looks like we could continue higher with about 5 minutes to go. But we got to hold above the level. So far, we've topped it twice or 3 times, really. MOGU into the open. Mighty, you're in the wrong chat room, brother. Actually, that's what I'm gonna do. Hold up. Not, or I should say, we're not. There we go. We got 3 minutes. We've had a choppy start, so taking it slow into the open, smaller size, not looking to take on too much risk, just looking to take the cleaner trades. I think break of 850 will be a big level here. So far, we're pulling back a little off the highs. We've had support at 720 earlier, 718, 715, $7. Will we continue to hold and eventually see the breakout over 850 for the retest of the pre-market highs, which are 972. 2-minute warning coming up. There it is. Bro, why is he in the wrong one? Anyhow, it doesn't matter. We got 55 seconds. We're breaking below that 720 level. Fifteen seconds. High of the current candle 78. Low is at 75. About $1 share range here so far. How are we doing on GRI? So far, a little slower start for MOGU. Watching a GRI here. GRI pushing up at the VWAP, which is at 65. High is now 73, 78, 85. Halt is at 87. 99 for the halt now. We're still we're still seeing some selling. It's gonna bounce. I do not want a little too soon right there. High is at 87. We'll see if the 5-minute candlestick for GRI is able to recover. MOGU might end up being the first 5-minute candle to make the new high to really give it that boost, but we'll see. Uh, that was a little bit of a brutal fill right there. MOGU having trouble early. Still trying to find the one. Right now, GRI was good, but back below VWAP. We did hold up those lows, which is good. We're getting a consolidation below the VWAP here. Getting the fills are going to be the tough part here. It's definitely pretty volatile. Smaller size for now until we continue to hold above the VWAP. Can we hold high 50s, low 60s to get back above 70, 75? This is a big candlestick here. Can we hold high 50s? No, we cannot. Tight stop, small size. It might try again here. I'll keep an eye. Still fighting, but below 30 is not good if it's not able to hold. Looks like it's fighting for its life here, hanging by a thread. Are we able to pull off the red to green here? GRI. Nope. Cutting it. Back to 40. Back down. Checking out some other ones. AMST, how are we doing? AMST is moving. This one is also below VWAP. This one has a spread. And it's a little thin for now. What do I need to do? Shampoo my hair or what? Jeez. 78 for the highs. It has a bit of a spread to it. It could move quickly as well. Not what we want to see there. It's a big flush. $360 is the halt down. The extended flush for a couple cents there. It's a slow start. Pretty open. MOUG, how are we doing? We are seeing a few sellers. Man, this one is insanely volatile. Gotta be quick. I want to see more volume than that. We still might need to dip some more. Yeah. Aiming for 70, got the fill 90. Watching here. And it is not holding up at all. Oh, 5-minute candlestick is gonna give out. Quite the loss with small size. Is there anything else moving? There are some cheaper ones, maybe ZDAI. There's a cheaper one at 60 cents, ZDAI. $0.04 move. I get the fill at the lows. Come on. That was a nice one. Bro, what is that? And we got filled like 2 cents higher too. Come on.
With this type of size of 4,000, like the fill shouldn't even be a thing. Now with like 30,000, 20,000, 50,000 size, you definitely can expect some slippage. And this 67, I freaking get the fill at the lows. Just come on. We'll see if it holds up. So far, it's bouncing a little off the view up. The MOUG resumption might be interesting for dips below low of day. 8 to 560 in a candlestick. That was actually smooth for the breakout right there. Taking 57, 58. Can we see the quick bounce? Pull back here is pulling back. This dipping. It's new lows. I don't love how this one is trading, man. The range. Gotta definitely wait for the extremes of the range. Sidelines, ZDAI, I'll keep an eye. You gotta really watch the, for the extremes of the range. Anything else is too soon for dips. We'll see if the next uptrend is able to hold for at least a couple cents move. So are we gonna see the flush out again? The new 5-minute candlestick is a minute 20. Big level here if it's to hold. Trying one more time. A bunch of buying, but no push through 72 there. It's still here, though. It's still here. There. 72. It might be coming down. Our dip is dipping, even on the lower end of that range right there. 65 from 80. First one, 73, a little high. Strong move there, pretty big pullback. Candlestick is about to, well, nope, still 3 minutes. WHLR, not much there. MOGU, our last 5 minute candlestick has been terrible, but you know, this is the kind of crazy action we've been seeing on these stocks. And then it still is able to make a new push here despite all that garbage price action. And there's just so much risk. Risk is so high in these areas. That continuation trade would be the death of me here. Oh, I wanted to hold that, but my hotkeys are cooked. Halt, please, halt, please. It's very important if it can hold up 80 here, our previous resistance. So far, so good. Too soon. Too soon. Too soon. Again, those continuation trades will be the death of me. I'm using baby size, honestly. Just low risk, trying to take it slow. 93 highs. 93 for the halt, rather. I like that it's holding up for now. But if it drops, we might see as low as like 70. Hopefully, it keeps holding. Please keep holding up your levels for us. Should have held that. Yep. Freaking hell. What am I doing, bro? Trying again. The continuation trade again, not going. That was a poor execution there. Had the bull and letting it go. The halt is at 95 now. We've held up our resistance twice. Or our support, I should say, at this point. The bounce isn't as bouncy, but it's still holding up. Maybe it's a slow grind. Breakout incoming. Will we see it? Up and down. If it tries one more time, I might give it another shot. And then there's a new candle. And it's just Titanic. Titanic shipwreck. Shipwreck Cove. Is there anything else? Letting it air out right here. Looks like it's finished. Might be finished here. Ticker symbol HAO. Perhaps the next stock to keep an eye on here. Is it getting filled at 13 or selling at 20 as it just teleports down? Those are always the tough trades. The hell is continuing. Got a new high of 23. We held up there twice. That's a good sign. Should have been a little bit more aggressive. Pre-market highs all the way up. Could see some resistance here though at 23. Yeah, just give me the worst possible film. No problem. No problemo. Our 5-minute chart candlestick having some trouble. Will we be able to hold? And that is all she wrote. Not even the VWAP can save us here. A collapse of epic proportion. AIRE. The next one up. If we looking at a stock that can hold up its levels. AIRE halt is at 16. Highs are at 9. Does it have what it takes to get up into the halt level? Or is this one a bluff? This one might be a little too thick. Maybe not. Okay, maybe not. Watching 11, 12, 13, 14. AIRE. But can we see 18? And we really want to run up into the halt level right there. AIRE moving up. It's pretty thickly traded though, you know, it's the type of stock you could market in and out. Probably like 30,000 size and no problem. Big Steve, here's your chance for 80K size, brother. One click of a button away. Is struggling to push. It's like the volume is not as intense as it needs to be. We're right at the highs. The halt is at 22 and we're like slowly pushing. How about MSC? I'm gonna keep an eye on this one, but maybe MSC. Freaking mosquito got me, man. I don't know, man. This one's like a little weird. The float maybe might be higher. WLDS to save the day. At long last, it's arrived. We got to get acquainted pretty quickly here. Highs are at 803. Lows down there at 70 or so.
We got a few sellers up here at 8.
There's quite a spread on this one. WLDS, the next one up. The issue here is, the only issue I'm seeing is the spread. Other than that, it looks fine. Potential continuation stock. Not nearly enough volume to push through that. Not a wall. There's a wall here. As long as we don't see a massive titanic colossal drop of $3 a share like we did on the other stock, this one should be fair play. Can we break and hold? Can we see over 40, 50? Selling half to reduce the risk. Just in case it pulls a fast one. Okay, it's holding nicely. Can we see over 40? 50 next target. 50 next target here. Can we see it? And it is right back down. All right, note, take my 15, 20 cents and not Skylark. No skylarking in the move. The 1 minute candle rejected the new high there for the 3-bar play. Fair trade, nevertheless, fair trade. The breakout didn't continue. It's a bit rough. I gotta not look away from my tape. Tried to increase my size and missed the freaking dip there. So, nice. Halt up, halt up. See, this is what was supposed to happen in that trade that I was in there at 20. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. And I missed the dip at 50, trying to increase size. That was hilarious. There's 3 minutes to resumption. Netflix due for a colossal pullback, maybe. Quite the move on that one, though. Fly, UNH, fly. I would hope once the rates start to go down, we can see closer to 370 on this one. As the market gets more bullish catalysts. We're due for a couple more green days, I would hope. To think I sold my SPY position, man. Crazy. Sold my SPY at 290s, 590s, 590s. Either 585 or 595. Somewhere there. WLDS, room to the pre-market highs. And if it's strong, it can retest the highs from yesterday. 57 seconds. 57 seconds. Size, smaller size. I'm only going to use 900 shares. And I'm going to have 1,600 as my quote-unquote big size if the first trade is good and there's a follow-up entry. So, small size. I can easily see a guy like Save loaded up on a stock like this here. Loaded up. He's already in. Loaded up 30K size. And he's waiting to drop a nuke. So once the dip and rip is done, I want to be careful here. 893. Here we go. Nice. Can we get a good dip? There is no dip. And it is gone to the wind. The halt up is at 1011. Where's the dip? There is none. 40-cent pullback there to 50 to 60. That was a poorly executed trade.
Gotta cleanse my mind of this tape. Shout out to Beam, who's actually removed the tape completely. 6862. Are we gonna see the breakout? The highs are 10. The halt up's at 1053. The halt down's at 862. I think if it comes down again, we're cooked. We're cooked, cooked, cooked. I'm not gonna touch it if it drops again to 9. Although it could keep holding, right? Different traders will make different decisions here. What will it be? Will the third time hold up as well? It's fighting and it is cooked. It's cooked. Halting down. Dunzo. Cooks too. The rule of 3 making... Oh, taking the false halt. Now this I'll take. 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. Aww. The move up to 9, not like, you know, we should rip to 915 and then back down. If anything, it's like barely a push. He only made 10 cents on a trade like that. It's way too risky to only make 10 cents on a false halt down. The question right now is it still strong? I think if it opens up sideways, there's a chance there's like a slow red to green. But if it like gaps down lower, it's definitely done. Even this drop is like a little too much, you know? But we've seen a few of them do a red to green. HUDI yesterday, and then before that we had another one. Resumption showing at 852 sideways. Well, at the very least, we've recovered our red day here. Actually, yeah, we're slightly green. We're green. 200 bucks. Maybe time to call it. Disaster. Yesterday, it felt like I stormed the beach of Normandy or something. Like, just a tough, tough day, man.
to start off so nice and then just getting destroyed in the momentum I asked for. You know, you can't ask for the momentum and then get cooked. The day hasn't been the strongest of days, so I think taking the victory is the right move here. So what I'm gonna do, if I want to continue to trade, I'll have to go as far as to just one size and or even a sim account. What I'll do, I'm gonna shut down my E-Trade, not my E-Trade, my Thinkorswim, and I'm gonna take a trade in E-Trade with 1 shares if I want to trade anything else, and then that's it. Just for the sake of hanging out for another 10, 20 minutes. El Pastor is donezo. And we went red in pre-market just on a strong stock, which is just, you know, freaking stupid. But the way how it moved up on me. Oh man. What madness is this? Tim saying that he's stuck in the halt down. Yeah, I'm out of here. I think I'm out of here. Forget the one share thing. I'm out like South. WLDS. Maybe it holds up. Maybe. Um, Small green between the two accounts. Had some issues early in pre-market on MOGU. A stock that we would have had loved to be green on. Bro, this is not leaving early. This is taking the victory and getting the hell out of here. I don't know. I mean, some days it's worth staying till 4, till 2, till 3. Other traders trade till 4 p.m. every day. There's some traders that'll, trade some pre-market and then go till 4 or 5 p.m. Last year, I did that almost every day, but this year, not so much. Not the pre-market part, but mostly like till 4 p.m. Man, those were some good times though. I mean, we had the entire chat room and like the voice call just hanging out. And just hang around. Someone was telling me when I leave the momentum dies. It's like there's no way, bro. Like, you know how many stocks I come back and then there's a stock that made a big move? It's like if I don't trade tomorrow, guess what? There's gonna be a million stocks still up over 100%. It's like whether I'm here or not, there's gonna be something moving. It's just what it is. I have nothing to do with the volume. El Pastor does not have such powers. That's the power of the market maker. Yeah, I don't disagree. The hyper scalping style definitely is a little tricky right now. He who fights and runs away lives to fight another day. He who fights and runs away. Is that like from Lao Tzu or one of those guys? In other news, the large cap swings are going splendid. Level 2, we're utilizing DAS Trader level 2. DAS Trader can be linked to multiple different platforms and brokers. Well, looks like I'm caught up with the chat. Not much. Paul, we're only green like $200 today. We had losses in pre-market. Here, I already locked out. Shoots. We're green 900 in one account and red 695 in the other. Yesterday we tried to pull off the 3-1 red to green, as in Cleveland, Golden State, and we got smoked. So I was down 1.9 at the live stream, like the end of the live stream, and then I think it was WLDS was halted up. And I'm like, here we go, round two. Round two right here. Bro, this like the way how I get stopped out sometimes, man, it's just like just unbelievable. We did miss a really good trade on this one, fixing our share size, which was a pretty stupid thing to do, honestly. Just take the size you have and don't miss the dang trade. That was right here. The baby pullback. Somewhere in this green candle. A large cap scanner, you can utilize Momo Pro. Momo Pro is a good scanner for large caps, mid caps, small caps. Day trade dash more so catering towards small caps and, you know, volatile stocks, momentum trading. Momo Pro, you can go into the settings and change it to your liking so that you can get to see what you want to see. Momo Pro, Day Trade Dash, two solid platforms. Who said you can't use two platforms? I also have the free scanner too. I honestly, to keep it real with the audience, just do whatever you can to have, you know, success, right? Whether it's one platform that you like, two, maybe your platform or your broker. If you love Day Trade Dash, pay for it, use it. If you love Momo Pro, pay for it, use it. If you can't afford any platform, use a free one in your broker. Use a free one on YouTube. You know, the Zendu scanner on YouTube is good. There's scanners in your brokers that can be good. Like whatever it is that it takes, just do whatever you can do. Whatever you have to. I think I need more discipline for pre-market though. Like falling victim to, I'm still like a newer trader in pre-market, but like today, what I fell victim to was the setup not being there right away, and like unintentionally chasing. So I'm looking for the baby pullbacks, the micros, early in the move as it's going up. But as the stock continues, we're not really seeing it. And when it does come, we're a little bit more higher and extended. And I'm falling victim into taking that dip, thinking it's going to be a good micro to keep going when the stock is actually starting to pull back. It's like almost like backside already in that micro setting. And it's like, man, new rule to add for pre-market. If the micros aren't there early in the move up, just leave it alone. You know, as simple as that, just to leave it alone. If it runs too much, leave it alone. So I'm gonna write that down, and then I gotta also add the offsets, the in-between offsets. TGL halt up is at 199, halt down 133. All right. Take care. Stay safe. Stay green. Shout out to Tesla and UNH. My 2 swing trades are at least holding up really nice, bro. My target on UNH is 420 minimum. 420 minimum. Looking to hold it till next year, even if I need to. Minimum sell, and that's probably not the whole position. More than likely just a quarter or half, if anything. And then I'll keep waiting. All right, take care, stay safe, stay green. Catch you guys in the next one. Can you do a fan meetup on YouTube? Wait, hold up. Let me see what this comment is saying. I mean, I'm not opposed to doing certain things, but it has to be done in a very particular way. I'll show you this, right? So in the chat room, we've done a couple of meetups. It's usually a little bit more tricky to do these things with the general YouTube. I can't remember if it was this one. By the way, let me not forget to say this on the way out. I'm gonna pull it up, but give me a sec here. Don't forget our disclaimer. Remember that day trading is risky business. All right, risky business. Day trading. Do not trade with money that you cannot afford to lose. Also, keep in mind that trading is one of these fields where, you don't want to come in and try to make a quick one. As in, hey, I need to pay my mortgage, so I'll, try to make a big move, a big gain. It's the worst thing you can do. I'm trying to find the video of our meetups. I know there's a couple of them that we did. I can't seem to find it in here. It might be like on my hard drive, which sounds so old-fashioned. Oh, where are these videos? WLDS, will we be able to pull off the red to green? This is like the closest thing I'm finding to one, but of course this was just a hangout where there was no cameras. Like usually we'll have our cameras turned on. I can't remember where I saved it. But we could do something. I mean, I don't need to be looking for anything here really, but we could do something. I need to just answer the question, right? We could do something, but it has to be done in a very particular way. It needs to be organized, structured, safe. There needs to be food. If we can have like some catering would be nice. Unless we just say, hey, let's just meet up at like a coffee shop or something, Unless we do it like that.
I've met a lot of good people. Um,
I've met like 6 people have recognized me in public, which is kind of a lot of people. There's someone, I mean, there's been multiple people in different places. So at a Walmart one time, I'm walking out and this guy is like, "Hey, RT." It was the craziest thing. Uh, I've actually got recognized at the gym. I've actually got recognized at different gyms 3 different times, which is pretty cool. Two of the guys they traded forex. One of them traded stocks. Yeah, that was pretty cool. All cool people. Yeah, we can do like a virtual thing. I mean, we can do a physical meetup or like a virtual meetup, but the virtual meetups usually go down in the chat room, right? The virtual meetups go down in the chat room. Honestly, if the people want one, I wouldn't even mind doing one this weekend. I wouldn't mind having a virtual meetup this weekend if the people want one. Big beam. WLDS is back at $9. It's back down. Well, it's gonna trade with one share size there, but it's back down a bit. The infamous video of Tim saying 5K size. The infamous raw video. Oh man. The most viral video we've ever had. This one here. Actually, no, not this one. This was the Team House vlog. Although this was the short, that was the most viral short. I can't find these videos. I don't know. They're lost in the wilderness of videos. Perhaps on the hard drive. But you know, if the people want one, the people have to want one, right? I don't want to be doing it and like no one wants to be there. But it involves people being in the people in the chat room, you know? The Ross Team House. The breakfast, by the way, this was I forgot exactly where this was, but there was somewhere in like San Diego where um somewhere in San Diego, I can't remember exactly, but man, this place, if I can find, oh yeah, it was this place here actually. What was the name of this place? Jack in the Box. That was pretty easy to figure out, right? Card roulette.
5 million in gains for the algo. Shout out to Team House, man. The person who edited this video is a trader from the chat room. The guy was doing like 40K months last year and then just disappeared, you know? I don't know what happened. Kitty. Kitty is his name. His real name is Daniel, but anyhow, Kitty, if you're watching on, man, where have you been, brother? This guy, and I'm not to speak like too much about personal or anything, but I would have loved to meet him. He lives fairly close, and the guy just, you know, slacking, man. Always got something going on. Always busy. Yeah, I have no idea where those videos are. I can't find them. But shout out to Marcelo though, right? How many of you guys have ever seen this video? Back here, Marcelo never even had a YouTube channel yet, and he's like, in the chat room, he's like, RT, I think I finally turned the corner. This was a pretty powerful video.
OKLL.
I'll actually play it here.
OKLO. AIRE.
Let me turn off the scanners here. Shout out to Mighty, man. One of the best to ever do it, to ever grace the markets.
Or trying at least to trade for the last 2 years.
Hold up.
All right.
Let me turn up the audio here. Oh, hopefully that wasn't too bad.
I'm Marcelo Estrada, so Marcelo Estrada, and I've been trading or trying at least to trade for the last 2 years. But this is just a statement of never giving up, and this is just me trying to capture my turning point. I'm just finishing my 3rd month, green month in a row, finally, with small size, you know, proving concept, after being like years and years in the simulator, after failing every single day, every single week, every single month for 2 years. I feel certain that I've turned the corner, and I know I'm not out of the weeds yet, and I know that I got to maintain myself humble with my head down and continue to work hard every single day. But man, 2022, I'm coming from you. I'm telling you, I'm so ready. I'm the best version of me ever as the person and also as a trader. This is my setup. I got a couple monitors. That's my logo. Fighting like a lion. That's all it takes to become a profitable trader. Those to become profitable and not those that are the smartest, the richest. If they are the most resilient, those are the most, or like the people that have the highest probability of becoming a profitable trader. And that's exactly what I've done. Never quitting, never giving up. I've hit rock bottom so many times you don't even know. But here's the thing. Just like a shining, bright, precious diamond, every time that pressure is on, that's going to either make you or break you. So when you're hitting rock bottom and when you're feeling lost and when you are just about to give up, if you survive that's how much closer you're getting to the finish line. But yeah, a bunch of charts, some motivational quotes, some more quotes, some Pokemon bullshit. My trading rules, you know, fall 7 times, stand up 8. And yeah. Oh, this is Green, my plan. Go figure, Green. That's his name. That little guy has been with me for the last 1.5 years during COVID. I spent COVID by myself here, just trading and grinding it out. And I had this plan ever since it was just a stick and a leaf on a glass of an empty coffee container with water. And now it's grown a little bit. So I feel like as the plan grows, I grow as a profitable trader. And funny enough, I mean, not funny, but the plan is dying. It's dying for some reason. I'm not great at plans. I just got it because I felt so lonely during COVID. And, you know, a pet is too expensive. So I bought it, and it's, as you can see.
You hear this guy? A pet was too expensive. So just goes to show you how far the mighty has come, you know, like
Insane story, man. That's crazy. The mighty from zero to hero, as mighty as a lion. This, I think this is probably one of those videos. I don't know if he still have it, but I can send it to him for sure. And we can always re-upload it because, you know, it's definitely good for traders to see, especially where he is now, you know, becoming a profitable trader and doing so well. And, you know, because people don't really see all this stuff, right? When you're like in the early stages and like you're still trying to figure it out, you read every day for weeks, days, months,
Exactly.
whatever, you know? The mighty was mightying here. It also looks like pretty young too here. Like the mighty now looks like 30 after seeing this video. The mighty, the gains have aged the mighty a little bit. Okay, let me stop. I'm gonna post the picture in the chat room. Young mighty. The mighty is more experienced now, more popular with the ladies after gaining his wisdom and his knowledge. Young mighty, shout out to mighty, man. Mighty is also, you know, besides like a good trader, Marcelo is a good friend, and you know, good person to know, man. If you guys are to ever meet him, good friend. Now Marcelo can more than afford a pet. He can buy the zoo. Mighty, you can buy an elephant. You can buy the zoo, and you can, you know, you can move to Bali or one of those places on the rice field. Turning the corner in life. Good way to end the live stream here, man. You know, one of the key takeaways from the video is to not give up, but instead to keep fighting, to keep pushing, and, you know, we can't forget what it means to be on the other side and to get to the other side and be consistent there. So one day at a time, one trade at a time. And back then, I don't know if you guys noticed, but he had a lot of E-Trade in his screen, like the E-Trade level 2 time and sales back in the E-Trade days. But yeah, I'm out of here. Take care. Stay safe. Stay green.